aspects of Salt Key. Through some of the actions that they are taking, they're threatening the survival of the fishing industry in South Caicos, and they're doing very little to promote that as a tourism product, if they're doing anything at all. They're destroying and changing the complete feel and experience of Middle Caicos. They're doing the same in North Caicos, where there's no real eco-friendly activity. North Caicos has more species of bird and plant life than anywhere that you could find in this region or close by. That's a true gem. And for us to engage in any activity that seems to destroy the natural beauty of that island, I almost feel like saying it's criminal. But that is where we are. We have a government, through their own actions, have slowed this economy, and through their lack of vision, have been unable to expand this economy. And so that is why we're here. So the slowing in the economy and the government are one and the same. Those aren't two separate issues.
Okay. When you ask people to speak out, were you referring to the Commonwealth Committee or to actually go to the Premier's office and let him know what's going on when you ask them to speak out?
Because more for well, wherever the Sun will give them time in their paper, speak in the Sun. When WIV will give them time on WIV, use WIV. Go to the Turks and Caicos News in the Free Press. Listen to me. I think the people of Salt Key ought to stand out as a model for the rest of this country. Without any prompting, they banded together themselves. Almost every resident of Salt Key signed a petition indicating their displeasure. They are seeking the face of God. They are standing together and making sure that those in authority know where they stand, so that if people go ahead, they're not going ahead through a lack of information and not knowing where the people stand. They're going ahead in disregard to the wishes of the people, as opposed to lack of information. When they have an opportunity if they have an opportunity to go to his office and speak to him, and his security doesn't stop them, then go there as well. But to speak at all times and wherever the opportunity presents itself, we can no longer be a nation that is silent while we're hurting and while we see so much wrong going on in our country. Right is right and wrong is wrong regardless of who's doing it. And we cannot continue to cover wrong and to not expose wrong when it is right in our face.
This government talks a lot about transparency, and under the Derek Taylor administration, what is happening now in the country simply wouldn't happen, because our party believes in being open and being transparent, and so when there was a development or issues that were affecting the people that we know people would have concerns over, we held town hall meetings. And not town hall meetings that were staged, but town hall meetings where people could be free to express themselves. And it was a model that was very successful. It permitted developers to understand that they were moving or developing in a country where they had to be sensitive to the needs of the local community. That is not happening under this current administration. So that's a policy that the PDM has had from day one, and that is to involve the people in the decision-making process of developments that would take place in the Turks and Caicos Islands. It hasn't happened with the hospitals. There wasn't any public consultation about what was taking place with the hospitals. I think the government, the government went off in their private rooms and and cut their deals, and now we see what the result of it is. We still do not have the answers to what is really going on. And that's all we're asking. I mean, if there is, as the leader of the opposition always says, if there's nothing to hide, what are you afraid of? If there's nothing to hide, just tell the people what is involved, table the agreement of the hospital project in the House of Assembly so the opposition would have an opportunity to vet the agreement and to inform people about what's in it. We have not had that opportunity. This is the largest transaction that's taken place in this country, and the people have been shut out from it. And to steal a line from Hillary Clinton, I'd say shame on you, PNP administration, because it is something that they should not do. I mean, how could you permit the largest financial transaction to ever happen in the Turks and Caicos Islands to not have any public input, no public consultation, no dialogue? And now, after the deal is done, we find out that there are all these unanswered questions. And I think people need to understand that the opposition is here to help the country. We are not here to simply attack the government. The information that we provide the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands is to help the people of the Turks and Caicos understand the type of country that they're living in, the acts and the deeds that the current administration is up to, so that people can properly plan their lives. People will have to plan their lives differently if they know that in the future, in this financial year, in this calendar year, that there'll be an increase in taxation in any form to pay for the hospital. They would need to know how much are they indebted for? What is going to be the responsibilities? You cannot govern a country in a closed room without telling people, we are the ones that are going to be on the hook to repay all of the government debt that they are now lumping on top of our heads. And that is why we call it the upside down hospital, because it's just lumped a large sum of debt on top of our heads. We don't know how we're going to pay for it, and they are refusing to come to the people and tell them exactly what is going on with the hospitals.
Could I just borrow that newspaper there just for a minute and a copy of the lease, the charge. Ladies and gentlemen, in this issue of the Sun, according to this issue, on Wednesday, December the 19th, 2007, this hospital deal was signed for $125 million. The 19th day of December 2007. On the 11th day of January, less than 3 weeks, 2008, the governor signed on behalf of the government of the Turks and Caicos Islands a charge for $235 million. Can this government tell the people the justification for a deal